Cris Cyborg defended her UFC featherweight title for the first time with a unanimous decision win against Holly Holm in the main event of UFC 219 on Saturday night in Las Vegas. Following the fight, Cyborg declared that she would like to fight Megan Anderson in Australia in her next defense. "I want another fight at 145, Cyborg told Joe Rogan in her post-fight interview. "Megan Anderson, I would like to fight her. Maybe in Australia. I have a lot of fans out there." Cris Cyborg retained her featherweight title with a unanimous decision victory over Holly Holm in Las Vegas. Cyborg leapt onto the top of the octagon and celebrated with the fans roaring her on inside T-Mobile Arena. Holm knew she had been outclassed, and there was no surprise to see Cyborg's hand raised by Herb Dean. The Brazilian left dominated the fight and landed some devastating blows but could not force a stoppage victory. Cyborg telegraphed much of Holm's attack and landed the more telling blows over the course of the fight. The Brazilian outstruck the former bantamweight champion in every round, but couldn't manage to find a finish due to Holm's elusive footwork. At every opportunity, Holm forced Cyborg up against the fence, forcing her to carry her weight in an effort to sap her energy. Despite Holm taking back some momentum in the third round, the champion caught her flush with a hook to stop her resurgence when Holm buckled slightly. Cyborg followed up the shot with a Superman punch before planting her feet and throwing a big combination, but Holm never appeared to be in any particular danger. Cyborg continued to land more frequently over the final two rounds of what turned out to be a dominant win. Khabib Nurmagomedov claimed that he wants to fight interim lightweight champion Tony Ferguson next after moving to 25-0 with a one-sided decision win over Edson Barboza in the co-main event. The champion was clocked on a few occasions but, for the most part, put the pressure on the underdog. Khabib Nurmagomedov produced a suffocating display to overcome Edson Barboza by unanimous decision. The unbeaten contender walked through everything the Brazilian had to offer and pushed a relentless pace. The Dagestani wore his traditional headwear and stretched his record to 25 victories with no defeats. "Don't think about these two bulls, guys," Nurmagomedov initially replied when asked about Conor McGregor and Ferguson. He later added that Ferguson would be his preference. "If UFC say to me, 'Hey, who you want?' I'm going to say Tony Ferguson." Barboza was out on his feet from the beginning of the second round after a punishing display from the returning Russian over the opening stanza. Nurmagomedov said he wants to fight Tony Ferguson next up and Conor McGregor needs to spend his money first. Mark Diakie's bottom was submitted by guillotine against New Zealander Dan Hooker in the third round. Carla Esparza, left, overcame up-and-coming strawweight contender Cynthia Calvillo in an All-American clash. Carlos Condit, left, suffered defeat by Neil Magny, who expertly controlled the fight and won by decision.